Hi, welcome to Journey with G's. This is Brett and Jen, just talking about our journey through travel and life and marriage. And haha, I got my shirt back.
Oh yeah. Oh, good grief. So our topic today is why and how we sleep on the floor. Um, everybody, whenever we see certain friends, their question is just like, "How'd you guys sleep last night? Did you fall out of bed last night? Does it hurt when you get out of bed? Is it hard to get out of bed?" So there's all kinds of ridiculous questions. I don't think people understand that millions of people in the world still sleep on the floor or on the ground if they don't even have a floor. It's not that uncommon from a human perspective. From just a, I mean, most of human history they've been sleeping on not beds, probably something padded, similar to what we'll show you our bed is like, or the floor or the ground. And you know what? They've done all right. And again, millions of people still do it. It. I think it's only strange in places like America and built up countries, and I guess many other places. But it really shouldn't be. It's actually pretty practical for us, and so
It's comfortable too.
yeah. So we'll go over. Probably the first question is, why do you guys do it? Well, first off, why do you do it?
Well, I started sleeping on the floor because you started sleeping on the floor.
Yeah, See, I always get you doing ridiculous things. You're welcome. So that's why she does it. Monkey see, monkey do, pretty much. But why did I start doing it? The reason that I started was because I was doing a lot of training, physical training for different things, and my back was always cramped. And one time when we were visiting my family in California, the bed that we were on was just really uncomfortable, and it was making my back worse and just making the cramp worse. And I told Jen, I was like, hey, I gotta sleep on the floor because I just need my back to be like straight, and I liked the pressure from the hard floor on my back. It kind of just that pressure on the muscles made it feel really good. I don't know if you guys have ever pulled a muscle or just had a cramp or something like that. And so I was like, I gotta sleep on the floor. I cannot take this bed anymore because my hips were like sagging down like that. It was terrible, right? And so I moved to the floor.
And then I said, I'm not sleeping in the bed by myself.
So I was like, just sleep on the edge right next to me. But
so I moved to the floor too, and it was really good sleep that first night.
Yeah.
And then when we went back home, at the time we were living with family, and when the weather warmed up a little bit, we started sleeping in a tent outside. There was a lot of us in the house, and so
a lot of people in the house. It was noisy.
Yeah, so it was quieter outside, but we also love to camp, so it was a good way to keep our gear in use and
try a couple of different things out for camping. And so after doing that, sleeping out there for for a few days every week, and that happened for about a month. Around that time, we also decided to move, and so we didn't have a truck to move anything with, and everything that we currently have, everything that we had at the time and that we currently have now can fit in our car, right? So it doesn't mean it can fit in one load, but it can fit inside of our little car. And so we were like, what are we going to do with this king-size bed we've got, right?
Yeah, and we had downsized a lot moving in with family the first time, and we didn't have a lot of furniture that we needed to take with us anyway, and so we said, well, let's try it. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen?
If we realize this sucks, we'll just come back and get the bed and rent a truck or something.
Yeah.
But we didn't want to do that, so we tried it, and it's been
almost
awesome.
It's been almost 2 years that we've slept on the floor, and I have to say it's the best sleep that I've ever gotten. I mean, even if we don't get a lot of sleep, if we only get 4, 5, 6 hours or so, still great sleep.
Yeah, and I don't wake up aching or anything like that, really. So
yeah, it works for us. So let's go show you our bed.
All right.
on the floor.
Awesome.
So here's our bed, just on the floor. And we'll show you what goes into the bed. All right, so here's our bed. The top level is...
It looks very lumpy.
Well, it is because we bunched it up. So this is our top layer.
Anytime we do the bed, it gets really lumpy.
It really does.
And then it flattens out as we've been laying on it.
On the bottom.
Yeah, so you guys can see we don't sleep directly on the floor. We do have a few. I mean, we are kind of civilized around
Yes,
here.
yes.
Good grief.
So we have a military sleeping bag on the bottom. Then I think this is a king size quilt that we doubled up. And get out of here,
There's a
blanket.
bunch of ridiculous blankets for
And
this
just
lady.
blanket, blanket, blanket.
Good
And you
grief.
can see they're not too big. They don't extend all the way over. So I have a little bit more padding on my side, because I am the princess.
Oh my gosh.
So a couple layers, and then we've got a big down blanket. We folded it in, I don't know what you would call that,
I don't
like
know. Something.
2/3 and then 1/3 over top. And then just put the sheet around the blankets.
What
And,
what are you wearing on your feet?
well, socks.
Those?
They're happy socks.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right, now Brett is going to demonstrate how we get out of bed in the morning.
Hello, world. Okay.
So a good thing about sleeping on the floor is if you have to vacuum, it's really easy to vacuum under the bed. Brett, can you demonstrate how we move the bed?
I have to make sure I don't pull out my back.
Oh, be careful. Oh, keep your back straight. And then we vacuum there.
Ta-da!
Oh, what about the other side? Can you move it back?
Oh my goodness, babe. This isn't entirely too much work.
Oh, keep your back straight.
Done. And you also notice you don't end up losing things under your bed.
So another thing that we do is take our whole bed camping. So
Yep.
when we do, we fold it up and
Yeah, believe it or not, this whole thing fits in our tent. And so you can see I already folded it in half so you can see how we vacuum under it. But when we take it camping, we'll just fold it one more time into quarters. And literally, now this I guess is not, maybe it's minimalist camping, maybe it's not. It's kind of funny because when we go camping, we pretty much sleep exactly the same way that we sleep when we sleep all the time.
we take our whole apartment with us.
Yeah, we take pretty much our whole living room and bedroom. And then I would just grab this and just like go throw it in the car, in the trunk of the car, and then throw it right into our tent.
Oh, now we
Did
gotta
you
make
want-
the.
Did you want me to,
We need to make the bed now. That's gonna take a lot of work. Oh man. All right, I guess we gotta go make the bed. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're done. So there you go. You tell us, have you ever slept on the floor? How did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you love it? Let us know in the comments down below, and like and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next week.